This week, Tonya and I are showing off what's under the hood as we take you behind the scenes of the 2022 Salt Lake Autorama. Then we're packing up and getting back on the trail, and this time the compass points to landing to explore the beauty of Arch Canyon. Finally, the AYL crew takes a trip to South Africa to see how the folks at African Insight Academy are exposing visitors to the realities of local conservation. It's all headed your way now. At Your Leisure is next.
Hi, we're at the Autorama, and if you don't know what the Autorama is, we're going to show you. This is At Your Leisure, and I'm Tonya Huntsman.
And I'm Scott Huntsman, and we're at the Mountain America Expo Center in Sandy, Utah for the 47th annual Autorama here. And this has always been a venerable part of the Utah show car and classic car hobby for so long. And I can remember coming to this just as a little kid when it was held at the Salt Palace. Now I'm displaying cars here. So what do we have here? Well, of course, we have the TuneX dragster car here because it's got a wonderful paint job and it looks good. The one thing I want to point out, this car sits about a fender's length in front of this beautiful copper-colored top Sportsman Camaro next to me. That belongs to my good friend Todd. I'm going to needle him a little bit because at the finish line, this is always how it would look in a drag race. Now, I'm gonna have fun with that, and I think he'll be okay with that, or is he gonna throw something in my face when we get done?
Yeah.
Hey, well, this is a wonderful thing. We're gonna look all over this show today because you've got everything. We have artists, painters, we have classic cars, trucks, lowriders, muscle cars, anything you can imagine. What's your favorite?
I don't think there's a favorite. I love it all.
Well, we love it all, so where are we gonna go?
We're gonna go check out some of the stories here.
Well, let's go check it out.
This is my 42nd year of pinstriping, and actually I met my wife here 41 years ago at the 4th annual Autorama. And here I still am today. So this is a customer's car that brought it over so I could pinstripe it. And I just put some stripes on it now. I'm going to letter a name on the back of it for them. And that's what we do here. People bring stuff over and we'll pinstripe it.
This is my daughter's car. It was actually originally a police car. We stripped it, took it all apart, got all the parts, the suspension chrome. Yeah, and all it needed was kid's touch, the pinstriping.
One of my mentors that taught me, I seen him do that scroll for the first time, and I don't know what it was, but it drew me into it, and I've been chasing it ever since.
This truck's been in it before when it was a different color. I have a 50 Bel Air that's been in it, but it's been a few years since I've been in the Autorama. We've got some nice cars, and I wanted to get 8 of them together and do a booth so we can be together. It gives you a little camaraderie getting together like this and being together and talking, and gives us a little time to be with each other.
Everybody loves cars. I love cars. Do you love cars?
Well, I don't know. I'm hoping that kind of comes as a no-brainer with this sort of stuff, but yeah, I love cars too. And I can tell by the way that they all talk about them and the people that we've talked to, you can see how we share the passion about it with them.
Yes.
But talking about passion, I mean, we're here surrounded by classic Mustangs.
Muscle.
When I was 3 years old, I had a little pedal car that was a little 65 Mustang. I wish I still had it, but these real ones with 289s, notchbacks, 67 fastback, a couple more convertible, another hardtop notchback. I mean, this is Mustang heaven as far as I'm concerned.
You can talk and talk about cars all day long, but we need to go to our way too.
All right.
The Arch Canyon Trail is a convenient trip from Blanding, and it's not hard to see why the local residents love it so much.
We're doing the Arch Canyon Trail today. Arch Canyon is 9 miles in, 9 miles out. It's the most beautiful trail you'll ever ride on. You've got these deep, steep cliffs all around us. We go from the desert of the bottom of Combwash and we'll end up in the Ponderosas at the top. You've got beautiful cliffs and towers and arches. You've got Anasazi ruins all along the way. You've got over 30 water crossings or river crossings, whether there's water or not. You've got the fun of a beautiful ride, and you've got history, and you've got nature, and it's just basically everything you go ride all around the world for, you get right here on this trail.
Beyond doubt, a place to be cherished by all who set foot here. The heritage and amazing recreational opportunities gives a chance to imagine the inhabitants' lives centuries ago.
It's just a fantastic place. It's a year-round stream and always has been, so there's a lot of Anasazi ruins in there. And when I take people into this and other sites where I'm showing them ruins, I tell them, keep your hands in your pockets, don't touch the petroglyphs and things, don't climb in and around and on the ruins. People do that and they don't realize they're destroying the very thing that they came to see. You know, see it from a distance, take your pictures and go home. That's how I try to tell people to enjoy these things so that they'll still be there.
Getting out here helps to form a strong love for the land and an appreciation of the culture and history of the area.
If you look closely at this ruin, you've got a granary or a pantry back in the back corner. Up on the rooftop, you've got a lot of soot from ancient fires. Along that wall there, you've got lots of little shelves carved into there with rocks sticking out or dug out of the mud. You've got places where sticks would have been stuck in for meat to hang over, to dry, to make your jerky. But you got matatis here where they'd grind their corn, and tool sharpening areas here. I really like this ruin because it brings it back down into something we can relate to. And so that's why we come up here.
This area of colossal landscapes and imposing terrain can be challenging, but if approached attentively, is great fun.
San Juan County is an ideal spot to come and recreate with UTVs or ATVs. We've got a great network of trails that is comfortable for everyone. Arch Canyon, the trail we just rode, is probably my most favorite. Just to come and relax and drive in and have a picnic at the end of the trail, look at the arches and come back out. It's just a beautiful canyon. We just love living here, and we'd like to see the land managers work with the county residents and keep the good things good.
Throughout the journey in this historic and natural wonderland, one can't help but to be imbued with a sense of wonder. Let's hope that we'll all be able to enjoy these significant places for years to come. For this week's Where To, I'm Steve Brown.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We have an exciting What's New for you today. Now, I would not have figured this would be something that everybody would demand knowing more about, but we recently went through the recent trade shows, the boat show, the RV show, the off-road expo, and this machine got more attention at those shows than anything else. So we thought we would introduce you to the newest member of our off-road fleet, one of our 2 trail mapping rigs for the Trail 360 project that you can see the work from on outsiders.zone, our website that we are running to give people a preview of the maps around the state. Now, this is our 50-inch machine, and it actually belongs to Chris Reed, who is a search and rescue guy, but he had all the technical video whizzy expertise to actually qualify as one of our 2 trail mappers. So what we want to do is take a look at the features that make this a trail mapping wizard and tell you how it translates to what you see on an outsider's page. Let's start right up here with this little inconspicuous GoPro up on the front. These cameras have built-in GPS, and this is how we build the time-lapse videos that you see on the Outsiders. It's not the most tech-savvy part of what we do. That lies up on the top, so let's take a look at that next. And this is the centerpiece of everything we're doing. This is a 6-camera, 8K per camera fisheye lens array that creates the Google Street View map that we make for each one of these trails. It also is kind of set on a time-lapse basis so that it stages and times, just like Google Street View does, advancements along the entire route. That then has to be taken and stitched together into one continuous image. It's quite a process. Now, in addition to that, you'll see some mounts down here on the dash. Let's take a look. Okay, inside this unit, you will see a whole array of screens. Each one of them has to be monitored all the time while our mappers are recording. In addition to that, look up here. You will see a GPS unit on the top. This unit is designed specifically for, or is used specifically for Chris to receive data from other people or get the route list from the people that are asking us to record these trails, and he can make a continuous time-linked geosynchronous recording on all of these different cameras and devices that we have. So that's really what we do. The end result is the Outsiders landing page for this trail. And we work with local communities trying to cover the less known trails. So you can find out information about that by going to www.outsiders.zone. That is our website, www.outsiders.zone. And you can check out these landing pages. We have about 80 of them done. We have maybe 100 more that we're in the process of uploading. Well, that's it for this product review, and we'll be right back with more At Your Leisure with Scott and Tonya.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. Finally, a Camaro. Yes, my favorite. And it's the first place winner.
Well, you know what? And it's the first place in the conservative hardtop 60 to 69 class. That's what our own competed in.
Yeah.
We have our 67 here on display as well. We took a third place. This was first place. I don't feel too bad about that.
I can see why, yeah.
There are so many of them here, but this 69, LS powered, Hugger Orange, this is a beautiful car. It's one of my dream cars, I have to say. Wow. And you know, it's such a fantastic show because there are so many cars of this caliber here. They're all local from the local area, so I mean, they're all hiding in the back garages. A lot of it, it's a huge show. Along with the huge show becomes so much work and so much organizational work. And you know, why don't we talk to some of the people behind the scenes in organizing this event and see what it takes to pull that off.
Yeah, let's do it.
We are at the Autorama, which means it's everything on wheels and tires. We have everything from pedal bikes to pedal cars to motorcycles to hot rods, low riders, big lifted trucks. If it's on wheels and tires and it's got a motor attached to it, or if it doesn't, you can find it here.
This is the longest running and largest tradition indoor show in the state. It means a lot to a lot of people, and considering what we've all just been through, this year has been fantastic. The sense of community matters, and that's what they get when they come here. This is an ISCA nationally sanctioned and judged show, so that definitely sets it apart from other shows. You want to come here because people want to show off their new builds, they want to make connections, they want to network.
It gives you access to all of these guys that you can have these conversations. For example, we have GM Performance here with us. That is GM. So you can actually come and pick everybody's brain and get new ideas for whatever project you may have at home. We're kind of a big deal here at Autorama. So you're going to see a lot of big national vendors that are here that you really don't have access to any other place than here at the Salt Lake Autorama.
We have had the most amount ever of new people, younger people coming to the show, people that have never done a car show, certainly never done an indoor car show. I like that. I like the people that return. I like the people that have been doing it for decades, but to keep it growing and expanding, new people passionate about it is what will keep the doors open.
Wow.
I know, this thing is pretty cool.
My mom would love this.
Your mother would like this, and I have a feeling, as far as I'm concerned, all the viewers at Your Leisure are really going to like this, because this is your camping of the 50s right here. Right. This 56 Country Squire wagon. Woody. It's got the surfboards on top. He's got the wooden racks. He's got the Buick a toolbox on the front of
And
the
a fishing
trailer.
pole. He's ready to fish.
Fishing pool, the trunk, the Schwinn bicycle, and what I think my favorite part, honestly, is the picnic set there in the back, all set up, ready to go. I think we ought to just sit and have lunch.
Sure, let's do
Well,
it.
you know what? While we're going to sit and have lunch with that, classic stuff right there, you guys check out this week's Along the Way.
Africa holds many secrets and just about as many adventures. Sometimes it's valuable to get some appreciation of an existence that is completely different from our everyday life to help us understand ourselves and our environment better. African Insight Academy offers a safe and well-planned journey into this fascinating world.
I thought we'd just be standing back taking photos, but managed to get so stuck in, and people here are just, they're so friendly. I was really surprised by how willing people were to share things, and just how it's after a few days you just felt like you knew everyone for weeks when it's only been a few days. It was brilliant.
These life-changing encounters in the heart of the Southern African wilderness can't be found in a classroom or campus, but only by reaching deeper and getting involved. Sometimes things aren't quite as simple as we initially think.
My views on conservation have changed since being here. Conservation isn't all saving animals. It's so much more than that. It's working with the community, getting funding, working with habitats and working with charities. It's not just hands-on with animals, and I always sort of thought it was when it wasn't, and it actually made me fall in love with conservation more, knowing that there's so much more to it.
Internship programs and field trips offer opportunities to work and learn alongside passionate conservationists who are making an everyday difference.
I think it's really important for people to really expand their horizons, and at first glance when I was thinking about doing this internship, I'd never been away from home for so long, especially not by myself. But I absolutely don't regret coming. I feel like I've grown a lot. I've learned a ton that I otherwise wouldn't have learned if I hadn't come out here. I think it's really important for people to take risks and to experience life in a different way, step out of their comfort zone.
The meaningful adventures present realistic and honest views into the complexities of our relationships with the world, while getting first-hand knowledge into a once-in-a-lifetime wildlife, conservation, and authentic cultural experience.
Actually, from a conservation background, when I was young, my parents used to work in the game reserve, so I do have a very good background of people working in the game reserve and conservation.
It can be difficult to break into any career without hands-on experience. An internship is helpful in teaching practical aspects as well as providing that valuable boost into the industry.
I joined African Insight as an intern at first. African Insight Managing Director offered me if I'll be interested in doing guiding. I'm doing a course as a trainee guide, which is going to help me to become a professional guide.
No matter what you are looking for when you travel, there is always something to learn that will contribute to our ability to live in an ever-changing world. Exposure to new cultures and ideas, besides being fun, can give us awareness to the workings of the world and our role in it. For this week's Along the Way, I'm Brett Pennyfather.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. Is this the NOS you were talking about you've always wanted?
Yes, very good, honey.
I'm
NOS,
learning.
NOS, new old stock. What a fantastic vehicle. 72 C10 Chevrolet truck. That means a two-wheel drive half-ton truck. I always thought that the 72 model was one of the best that Chevrolet ever built. And what's very unique about this particular one, it only has 3.7 miles on the odometer. It's never been driven. It's never been registered. This came from the Liebrecht Chevrolet Field of Dreams, which was a huge auction that took place back in, I believe, around the mid-90s, because they always put the cars that didn't sell into a back field. This apparently had some body damage.
Yeah,
and he
on the
bought
side,
it from
right?
just on the side. So therefore it didn't sell and it got put back into there just the same. The odometer reflects it. He restored it, even though it had almost no miles upon it.
That's
I mean, this
crazy.
thing is like a dream come true. And this is sitting at the Autorama here in Salt Lake. In fact, this guy is from West Jordan, Utah, just where we live. Yeah, so, you know, maybe I could talk him out of it.
Yeah, let's buy it.
Well, you know what? We might negotiate a deal like that. We'll see. But in the meantime, why don't you guys check out next week's show?
Next week, Chad is joining the folks from the Utah-Arizona ATV Club as they get back on the trail in preparation for the Kanab Red Rock ATV Jamboree. Then, Reese and Marianne Stein are back to show off one of their favorite multi-use trails and spend the day hiking on the White Rocks Loop Trail on Antelope Island. Finally, the AYL crew is joining the folks from Get in the Wild Outdoor Adventures as they show off one of the most famous slot canyons in southern Utah, Blue John Canyon. Now let's take a look at our contest winner. This week's contest winner was submitted to us via email by Sam Roberts, and it looks like Sam's the lucky winner of an outdoor stove from Camp Chef. Camp Chef offers the best way to get your cooking done in the great outdoors. Visit campchef.com for more information. Congratulations, Sam, and be sure to call us at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize.
You know, here we are at the end of it, and we're out of time. I feel like our granddaughter from last night. She didn't want to go home.
She had such a great
She didn't
time.
want to go home. And,
It was a
you
great
know,
family adventure for sure.
it is a family event. You know, it's something you want to bring your kids to because cars are such an inspiration for everybody. So
Especially us.
We want people to share our passion for them. And remember, it's always the first weekend of March, and we hope that you'll come next year and join us out here because we're going to be back for it. We want you to be back for it, and we want you to always remember that there is adventure around every bend. Sometimes it takes place indoors.
Go out and create your own adventure.
At your leisure. And I'm going to check out even more. Let's go, come on.